Hi guys, so as promised, today I'll be working on the Gingerbread Cubbies by Art Impressions. So any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So thank you guys so much for using those. I haven't checked this morning to see if this is still in stock. I'm hoping it is because Art Impressions is having their 40% off Black Friday deal that will end on Monday. So there's a coupon code that's associated with that to get the 40% off site-wide, which is really great. So I did place my order, and I know people are asking me what kinds of things I've been ordering, so it's hard to say with all the different orders we've been placing, especially like every day or every other day with Tonic and the Spellbinders things, the Art Impression, not Art Impressions, but the Impression Obsession things, the all these different things we've been picking up. HSN has free shipping until Monday, I believe, too. So if there's anything that you're eyeballing or eyeing from Craft Day that might still be there. I picked up a few more Anna Griffin items, some Little Darlings things, some Crafter's Companion things. Well, you know, all the basics that we like, so from HSN. But those will come soon, hopefully. So yeah, so with Art Impressions, I picked up some of their new pop-up cards. They're called pop cards, I guess, with the little hands that kind of open up. So I picked out one of their Funny Gal ones. I think the Bunny Rabbit one. And there's another animal, and I keep forgetting what it is. Oh, the giraffe. I think giraffe with a wine glass, possibly. And then a little panda set because I thought it was cute. And what else? Enough things to get me over $100, I'll tell you that much. And then I asked for the free tote bag in the comments section and the notes section of your order. If you place an order over $100, you can request a free tote bag or a catalog. And I don't know if the catalog is for this year or next year. So I already have their catalog, so I just asked for the tote bag, which I think I'll get more use from anyway. So there's that. And then again, these are some of the newer Cubbies. So if you ever want to see these, I'll have the links to these individual ones, but if you click on over to the site for Art Impressions, you can put in Cubbies, Cubbies, and I think they all pull up. Sometimes when you put in like pop cards, only a few of the pop card lineup will pull up, so sometimes the searches don't bring up everything in that lineup. But they do have quite a few Cubbies with the mailbox, all these cute things. So what I was going to do today is, of course, just use this little cutie. Reminds me of the Pocket Pals type thing. There's like the little guys. And then the little house cuts out. And then all these little pieces cut out so it makes like a little door that actually opens and stuff like that. I did want to see something on top. Oh, okay. So this one will make a hole in the window, which is so cute. It cuts out this little heart and then it makes it so that the door and the two windows open is what it looks like. And then this will be an opening here. And then we have all the stamps and all the pieces that go along to the stamp. So I'll, focus on the house, and then we'll just cut out whatever little guys we want. There's like a wreath you can decorate your door with. There's extra little gumdrops. Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay. I forgot. I thought the gumdrops were like built in here, but they do have a lot of dies for the gumdrops. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can cut out 6 at once, I suppose, if that's what you want to do, or however you want to use that. Very interesting. So you would stamp out 6 of them and then, try to get them all cut out once. I want to make a background for this to go on too, so I don't know. Let me grab the paper I'm going to do that with. I was thinking about using the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month, the Mary Stitching one, because I told you guys you can use just like the snowflake or just whatever to cut it into your card, and I think the snowflake one will make a fun pattern in the background. So I think I'm going to do that. That is back in stock. It had sold out, but if you're interested, it is the monthly kit for this month, so anything you purchase... if you purchase the monthly kit on Spellbinders up until the last day of the month, it will be that kit that you see that you will get, right? And then on the 1st, they start up the new ones. Having said that, they already have a sneak peek for next month. Of course, if you sign up now, you'll get this month's thing. So I don't normally show the sneak peeks, the ones a couple days ahead, but it is good if you're signed up for the 1st that you check those out, so that way you know if you're wanting to keep everything coming in, if you're in a bigger kit club or if you want to skip or however, so you can set that up in your portal. But I'll get back to you guys on the 1st what December has in store with Spellbinders. So let me get some mixed media paper because we're going to junk up some paper. We're going to do our coloring, so I'll use that same paper for that too. And I'll be right back. For the paper I'm going to, do some coloring on, I cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then the leftover paper, and this is all Crafter's Companion stamping paper. I have tons of it. I purchased probably 3 packs of it over a year ago, so I just have a lot of it. So I'll be using that. And then whatever I cut off of there, it's good for the rest of this. So I think this one might work out. Oh, look at that. that piece works out just for the house. So I'm going to stamp the house. I'm going to stamp out as many... I've shown you guys a quick way of doing this before, where you just basically stamp everything on the page. And then go from there. But I am going to take this one off for now and stamp that. Let me grab my stamping mat if I can. I used to always have my stamping mat laying on here, but it got so junked up after all, you know, just doing all the stuff we do. Things get a little messy, as you can see here. And so now I keep it off site here. And I use it when I need it. And sometimes I forget to bring it out. And then I'm like, oh, I should have had my stamping mat. And let me see. Again, when you have a larger stamp, you just want to make sure you don't get any air bubbles behind the stamp, because that will make it impossible to stamp, basically. Just that little air bubble, for whatever reason, it'll keep it from stamping. I'm going to use my Nouveau Hybrid today, in black. If you want to do like a watercolor effect, you can use a very light color, and then when you do your coloring, it looks like you drew it by hand, you know? But I am not a pro at that, so I'm not going to... Well, I'm not really a pro at anything, but that's makes it a little harder for me, so I'm not gonna do that. I think that's all good. Nope. We're gonna cut this out anyway, so wherever it lands on this page is fine, as long as I get it on there. Now, having said that, I don't know how much clearance I need on the house, but oh well, that bottom line is gonna be where it is, so. Oh, such a sweetie. This would be a cute one to do with the watercolor effect that Art Impressions is known for. I think you use a water marker, just your regular markers. You know, I have a few sitting here. Actually, these are basically the same color. Your Arteza brush pens or like your Tombow, and you would just color this in, and then stamp it. And then when you pull water out of it, it'll start. When you put water on a brush, it'll start leaching the color out, and it looks really pretty. Okay, so what I was going to show you about this other one, I don't know if I can do this. If it doesn't work out, I'll just turn it over. I've done this before where I just stick the whole thing on a pad, you know, or something like that. But basically, I don't care about the words, but I'll come in here and then I'll have everything stamped, and I decide what I want to use or not. We'll see how well this works today, because these are really spread out. So cute. And I just bring my paper and very carefully put it down. Don't move it. I can see that top part cut off. And this is out of sheer laziness. Okay, so again, if this works, great. If it doesn't work, you know. Aww, so we have a gumdrop, the thing, and then we have all these little guys that we can color in, and I think that's good enough. This little guy looks like he's sliding down, which is really cute, so maybe I'll go ahead and stamp him again anyway. And the wreath, because I did want to get both of those. Alright, so quick and easy way. If you're afraid of that, just take them all off and, you know, stamp them. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna grab some colors and I'll be right back. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to... Okay, I just realized I stamped all over my card that I was gonna use for the background. So let me cut another piece down real quick. Of course, I was like, oh, this is like perfect size. Yeah, of course it's the perfect size. Okay, hold on. Let me cut another one. This feels really thick. Okay, 4. By 5 1/4. Here we go again. All right. Okay, so I was gonna initially do some water dropping, you know, on this, so it doesn't have to be a water reactive ink, but I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I guess I'm gonna use this guy and cut these little spaces in the background. So I'll show you that in a minute. But let's just do this. I'm using Midnight water reactive dye either way, and maybe I'll still do a little dropping a little water on there. I don't know. And I'm making it blue because I figure that could also look like snow, but also sky. I don't want it too foreboding, but I think that's good. So that's all I'm doing, just a little color. And then I'm just going to put this through my marquee, and what I'm going to do is just take the inside. So this is the Mary stitching for this month of Spellbinders for the large die. Take that sticky stuff off. And I'm just going to put this all over the place. So I'm probably going to, you know, put it off the edge. Let me see how much. Like over there, I don't want to tape it too much. Actually, I need to put it in there in a way that's going to go through the marquee, because I just want to use the marquee. So, something like that, I think should work. And then again, whenever you use a larger paper, I always try to, trying to get this off the edge here. Use a newer folder so your paper doesn't get pinched. It goes through nicely. I'll show you what I mean, what I'm going to do here. I always just pull it. You guys just keep cranking. I always just pull it at the end. Whatever happens there. So I'm going to clean this out. Obviously take all these little bits out. And then find another spot and another spot. Okay? Just go throughout the whole paper. And I'll be back. Okay, so I had to be very careful in how I strategically place those, because I just want to be on the top. I was just going to say a quick thank you here. When I did my Happy Mail the other day, Linda had sent this one, and it is very low tack. It's just the Dollar Tree tape. Alright guys, so I only did it on the top because I want the house to be here, and then we'll see about, you know, what that might look like. I don't know if I need to do a background on the behind the house windows and stuff like that, so we will see. But I am going to put this stuff here, and you know what, I'm just going to remove this whole thing. And I'm just going to start coloring. So like I said, a lot of times my channel's not really about teaching people how to use this kind of thing, because I'm not the best at that either. But I did pick out some colors. Now, okay, sorry about that. So the tri-blends with the brush tips look like this. And then these are the older tri-blends with the bullet nibs. Again, I showed you guys the other day kind of what that bullet nib is. A little hard nib like that. And then this guy is a softer brush nib, and as you can see, it did cover a bigger area pretty quickly. So I was like, I don't really like the browns that I have yet in these brush tips. There's only 2 of them, but this one is prettier. Well, yeah, there's like 2, maybe 3 if you consider like a reddish brown, but this one has a prettier tone to it than the one I used yesterday, like when I did my little sample for making inserts. So I think I'm gonna start with this because I wanted to still use the brush tips, because I wanted to fill this in really quickly. So I don't really know what it is that I want to color. Let me have this for inspiration. I do want the little house to look like Gingerbread. Here they did a little bit different. Look at the little striping there. That's cute. So yeah. So I'm just gonna get started. Of course, these brush tips are very big. So I'm trying to use the very tip of the brush. I'm not laying it down like this, because then you're gonna... And I don't know if I want to color this in a cartoony way or completely colored, but we'll see what happens. So let's say that's brown, and the dark brown is really, really dark. So I'm going to just use the very tip of this. Just come in here a little bit under the snow, just to give it that little, and I'm only doing a little section at a time. And then there's a medium, which I don't know if I'm going to need it, but I'll use it. Every little layer, every little bit that you do extra will be noticeable, you know? And I think I'm going to just color this in with this medium tip. It's going to cut out anyhow. And then I'll bring that light color back. Oh, I hope. I always double check. I should have double checked before you come in and you do something. Start with the darkest color and like, ah. Okay. So there's that. Oh, I didn't pull out a light blue. I'll come back and do the snow when I pull out some light blue. And the other thing I realized over here is I needed more gumdrops, remember? So I just stamped a bunch of gumdrops. And with those guys, same with the little guys, just like I showed you guys yesterday, I'm going to color most of it brown. I'll color in the little bow ties in red or pink or something. And then pretty much I wanted these same things for the gumdrops. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. You know, I'm just going to put color. I don't think we're going to highlight them. I think what I'm going to do with those guys too at the end, do I have it? Is use my liquid glass. Anything like this to make them shiny. Glossy Accents or liquid glass. I don't know when I want to use that though. For me, because I got to move on with the video, I probably will use it before I cut them out. Ooh, that one. I was going to say that one was open. That's not good because what happened to the nib on this guy? Hello, how are you? I can probably go in there. Actually, I have tweezers I can pull that forward with. So I'm just going to color in little gumdrops, and when I come back, I'll have everything colored in. Okay, I'm almost done. I just want to show you like the red. I just colored with the lightest. I'm taking the darker one in. With sometimes I just give it a little, smallest amount of texture, just kind of going around little areas. And I'm going to come back in just to, since I've decided to color everything, a lot of times with art impressions, they like to leave things kind of, I don't know if it's cartoony, but just like white spaces, you know? And so I try to do that whenever I use their products, just it looks cute. So again, with the light blue, like this is ice blue, I will just normally come around and add a little something to the snow, just so it looks like I wasn't just avoiding it. I see it there. I didn't forget to color it. I'm just adding a little blue here and there. Okay, so I'll do that. I might add more, seeing how it needs to be. Just real quick. And then I did get a gray thing for the chimney stack, but I mean, if you want to also make it gingerbread, that's up to you. I'm just going to use gray. And you see how technically I color that in. The lightest color, and then I'll go with the darkest one. Kind of under here. And again, those little lines, I always try to kind of, maybe some right here. That's about it. I'm not even going to blend that out again. Okay, and then I have all these little guys, and again, just the brown, and then I added some shading. I was just like, I don't know. Left everything the little squiggly as white as I could, but since I chose to use this guy, it's huge, right? So I was like trying to be really careful. We'll see. All right, so with these kind of dyes, you want to take these off. With art impressions, they're usually a very thin material, so it's very easy to do. So what I'm going to do is come in here, pop all these guys out. And like I said, those little nibs that are left behind, if you don't like them, you can use a wire cutter or a trimmer. These are from like the Dollar Tree, so you don't need anything too fancy. You can cut those little burrs off. But, you know, if it bothers you. Mostly when something like this, like on the inside, that's not something I really try to fight with. But like these guys, just because you might touch that and it's a little bit sticking out. All right. So let me do that. Actually, there's just a few left. I'll take them all apart and I'll be right back. So I'm going to line this up, and then every other guy, basically we're going to find the little, you know, piece for them. Obviously this is the wreath. And the wreath just has like a little opening. How cute. So the wreath, see how it points up right there? That's what you're going to put this on here. And go boom, right in there. So like I would tape that down right now, since I already have it there. Sometimes I try to do several pieces and then I tape them all together. Like put them all down with the same piece of tape, you know. Anyway, so I would tape that and then go on, you know, looking at all the different pieces, all the little gumdrops. Since there's several, I can cut several at a time. I would just lay these all out, stick them down, pretty much do the whole sheet at once. That's kind of what I try to do. That's kind of why I do this way. Like this is little guy waving. I'll tape that down. This is the one waving the opposite direction, which is him. Tape that down, tape them all down, run it all through at once. So that just cuts down on your time. And then this one, you can make yourself an aperture if you want it to be more like, okay, this is exactly where this is going to be, but I can kind of see pretty well the lines. And you're looking at the doorway, you know, this is going to cut here. That looks about right. I mean, that looks about right. And then tape it down. But if you're afraid, run it through a piece of scratch paper. Oops, see there, I moved it a little bit. And then do it again. But what I'm going to do and help that make your little aperture, which I've shown you how to do in different videos. Okay, I'm gonna run that through, and when I come back, we'll have our pieces. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just cut this out, but I just want to show you. Oh, I can reuse the tape too. Okay. How delicate and cute this is. Oh my gosh. So I do have a little bit of white edge. That doesn't bother me if you don't like in here. I didn't know how much it was gonna cut, you know, so I didn't color it in. So what I can do is like take the darker brown. Actually, I'll take the mid color brown and just color that, because that's basically the inside of the window. And I don't know if you can tell, it's on the die, on the stamp. If you can see, it's like the inside of the heart. There's two little lines there. So that's meant to stay. But either way, I'm gonna just color that in. So cute. Okay, I'll cut the other guys. And then again, I didn't know what was gonna be colored here or not. So you can see these little shutters are still there. So what I'm gonna do is I'll color them red just so they coordinate with the door. So I'll just gonna color these in red. Really quickly, I wanted to show you that the way they're spaced out, the way I stamped it, they all work out. Like there was no, you know, overlay of like having a problem with the dies touching each other too closely or anything like that. So I do need to pop out the rest of my little guys here, but I'll be right back. So I have my house, I have a background layer that I'm going to put behind this, and I have my little pieces here. So let me see if I can do this in a way that you can see. So this I cut down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I'm just going to layer this on top of that. Oop, it should be just the smallest amount. There. And I am going to use a wet glue so I can get in all these spaces over here. I'm going to trim a little bit off this top part real quick. Just because sometimes when you die cut things, they get a little bit wonky, but let me see. So I just want to straighten that out. And oh, there's one more little piece down here. I would say this is why whenever you have a die like this, you always want to clean it out in between. And when I mean clean it out, I mean like scrub it, you know, on the back of the die to pop all the little pieces out. Because as they collect, as you're using it, it makes it harder and harder for it to cut through to that layer that you actually wanted to cut. And that was the Spellbinders 2-in-1, which I think is still available on the Black Friday sale with Spellbinders. But again, I have that one, and I have my Diamond Press tacky tool. Hopefully you guys got that during that ridiculous sale on Tuesday. I know a lot of you guys are already getting your orders in, so that's really great. I like them both because I like the tacky tool for the stickiness, and I like this thing for the little brush on the end. So, you know, I use them both pretty regularly. Okay. Oh, see, there's another one. I want to make sure I'm not missing any. Okay. Hi. Alright. As we're talking about shipping, I know, you know, some things are slower, some are faster. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for your tonic orders. What was weird is I had been trying to call them because I wanted to talk to Michelle. She's like, I guess the office manager. She runs things. She answers the phone like within 2 rings. If you guys know that, a lot of you guys know Michelle there at Tonic. So it's odd that they're not answering, because when I was calling, this was a couple weeks ago even. I thought that was kind of weird because they're not normally, I mean, she usually answers the phone. So I don't know what's going on, and I hope everyone's okay. That's all. Right now, I think obviously with the rush with the sales, I mean, even Impression Obsessions sent out an email, you know, with the email announcing their sale. They're like, and please expect that it's going to be a while because of the sale, but also just everything that's going on right now, you know. So I hope everyone's okay. That's my concern more than anything. Oh, I didn't realize I had another one of these guys. I did however many, you know, I popped out. Okay, usually I hold this down and I let it do its thing. I will be back. I don't need this for a while. What I'm going to do is put it to the side and put my marquee on top of it. The marquee does have like a space in here that doesn't actually push down on stuff, so I just use this for pressure, but if you really want it to be super flat, you need to put something else, maybe like a book and then the marquee or something. Okay, so we have all our little guys. I don't exactly know what I want to do or how I want to decorate this. This little door opens. So cute. Do this carefully. So there'll be a little guy there. I think with these, I need to see what's going on. This guy's just standing up. Okay, she's obviously sliding. Where's my tacky tool? Tacky tool. Alright. She'll be sliding down here somewhere. Oh, let's get some new tack. Oh, this thing's all covered in glue from the last time I used this on a project. And you only give it the slightest turn, you guys. I'm not, it doesn't even feel like I turned anything, but if you turn it too much, it's gonna start coming out. The pressure is like behind. So that's about good. Hopefully you'll see that that little tip is starting to come out more and more. So if you give it a really good turn, it's just gonna keep going out. So, aww. Why are these little kids being such traviesos? Traviesos means like busybodies in Spanish. Okay, so that's that, that's that. Let me think about where I want to put these guys so I don't waste your time sitting here like, and I'll be right back. Let's just start working on somewhere else. Okay, hold on. Or up higher. I want to stick down the guys that I can stick down, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll see about where we're going to put everybody. It's a lot of little dudes here. Huh. I'm just not quite sure. Like this little guy. She's on her little bum. So cute. Have her sliding down here, and then this guy's having a good old time over here. And you can pop dot them. I'm just keeping everything flat for now because this is the first time I've done this one, so I want to just get the basic technique of using this little guy. He looks so cute. He's so happy. And then these guys, I put them in the front, but what I really mean to do is put them in the back. So, you know, if the little window opens up. And I suppose if you really wanted to, you can color the other side of the window. You know? So what I'm going to do is bend these back. And I'm going to color this other side red. Okay? I'm just going to take my marker and color them in. I'll be right back. So I have these open. And, you know, you want it to close, you want it to be a design element that stays open. It's up to you. There's all different ways to use this. I'm going to put glue on the back because I think that'll be the easiest way for me to put these little people. I'm going to put some glue like around here. I don't really know where he's going to stick out that way. So I'm going to bring her in the front this way. And I'm going to hold her. Where do I want her? Like right here? Maybe too much feet. Let me put that down a little bit. So she'll be like right here. If I need to glue her down a little bit more, I'll do that in a minute. But I'm going to hold it there. And then the little guy. Again, there's lots of ways to do this. This is just how I'm choosing. I'll put a little friend over here. Hold that down. And then whenever who gets the card opens the door, the little guy will be back there. My coffee's doing something funny. I'm like, what did that sound? I don't think I'm going to put anybody in this little hole, so I'm just going to leave that alone. The other choice you need to make is, do you want to put a backing on this, like a yellow or something that looks like, you know, inside the house, or just black, or however it is that you want? Because I think for me, where's my where's my card base? I have my arm on top of the marquee. It's right here. You can see the blue, you know? So, like, that's up to you. I don't think that looks bad, but you know, I always like to put a backing. Let me see if I have like a yellow that would look okay, because a lot of times I have normally just super bright yellows, like this one, and then it's too much. But let me see what this looks like. And this thing, we just try it out. I just cut a chunk of it. I don't even know. Hey, not bad. I think that's gonna be okay. All right, so let me cut this a little bit smaller. Okay, well, I messed that one up. I cut it too small. Okay, let's cut this. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's so cute. So I'm going to line it up as much as I can towards the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to stick him on that after we open the door. So again, make this make sense for you. I'm just doing what I want to do here. I'm going to stick this glue here and then some right down there, but I don't want to glue the door down, of course. And I'll cut that little corner off. Try to bring it down as far as we can because we are going to open the door. Okay, so I'm going to hold this down and I'll be back. Okay, I think I'm good there. trim that little piece off of the yellow down at the bottom. All right, we need a guy in the door, and I'll get him in a minute. And then this little guy, I think I'm going to pop him in right here if I can. Yeah. Gotta get his legs through. Aww. That's so cute because it's a little heart, but you know. What I was thinking about doing is just leaving the heart alone, put like a little pink behind it or something cute like that or something red, but I think he'll be okay there. So let's put this little guy here. And then the window on top, they just have a guy peeking out, which is super cute, but let me move this down a little bit. I'm just going to take a piece of this yellow paper and then stick it back there. Okay, that's how I'm finishing that off. And then we have the little guy that needs to be in the doorway, so I'll put him in the doorway later. You know, if you want to put something in there, it's up to you. I am going to put the wreath on the door, I think, but then I'm looking at it, maybe that's a cute place to put the wreath. Let's see. Adorable. Not bad. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to have to move her buns a little bit. Let me see about this. I want to see how well I stuck her down. Oh, I stuck her down pretty well. You know what? That doesn't make sense. Why would she be sliding down with the wreath there? Okay, forget it. We're going to put the wreath on the door. Forget it. I'll put the wreath on the door. So cute. So cute. Like I said, you know, I colored everything in, building it up. I had no idea what it is that I wanted to do. Alright, I think I'm not going to stick that guy down until everything's stuck down. So I'm going to put this nestled in somewhere here. Maybe down there. And since I did that, I do want... Well, I'll stick it down for... Well, you know what? Okay, not yet. I'm going to pop dot it. We're going to give it some dimension. I think it'll look cute if it pops out right a little bit. So let's do that. And then I have my little thing. So if I'm going to do that, then I am going to glue him down. Like I said, I'm just winging it like as always. Put a little buddy in here and he'll just be smiling. He loves being in his little house. So cute. Okay. And then these guys. And I think what I'm going to do with them is I'll put glue, stick one down, stick one down, all along here, okay? I'll be back. So let's glue this down. I have a card base 8.5 by, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm gonna stick this down, and then we're gonna get this other very, very thin margins again. Okay, and I'm debating what I want to do. Let me put this somewhere, some weight on it again. So I wanted to put the little glossy accents on the gumdrops. The gumdrops aren't usually like super shiny. But I also have some glitter, and I thought, well, maybe I should do the glossy accents and then put some glitter on them. So I think what I'm going to do is get a little bit closer because this is going to be a little more. Now, so glossy accents, liquid glass, the same kind of stuff. This is, I've had this for, I don't even know how many years. It's from close to my heart. So I'm just putting it on here. Now, if you want to put it flat, then it doesn't matter. You're going to squeeze them out and then, you know, just let it kind of push it around where you want. But if you want it to be more bulbous, you want to be more careful with it, like if you were doing resin or something. But I'm just putting some out, and I'm kind of spreading it to each little area here. And then that, when it dries, is going to be super shiny and like a little dimensional, right? Hopefully you can kind of see what I did. Oh, actually I have a couple more down here. I had a couple left over and I was like, oh, I'll just put them down here. So we have those guys too. But I have some really nice iridescent glitter, and I thought, well, maybe we should try it out. So I am going to do this. If you have a glitter pen, that would be great too. You know what I'm saying, like the liquid glitter. What I'm gonna do is take this, I'm gonna put it on here because I'm gonna let it sit for a minute. I'm not gonna shake it off really quickly, but I do have this ton of Cloud9 glitter from Sparkle and Sprinkle, something I picked up at an expo way long ago. I was gonna pinch it, but you know what? This might help me out. I'm just gonna use the lid from my Nuvo drops, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it on here. So I'm not looking for perfection, I just want something to sprinkle on there. I'm going to leave it for just a minute, and then I'll come back and shake off the excess, but not really shake it, because obviously you don't want the glitter to move, your glue to move, should I say. So I'm going to leave that alone for just a little bit, and I'll be back, okay? Okay, I kind of cleaned up and did some other things, so I'm just going to tip this over. And then I'll pour whatever little glitter's left there. So cute. Oh, that is adorable. All right, and then I'll take a brush and clean off this extra glitter, you know, that's just around here. But I will be back. Okay, guys, that is not dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick it down and move on. And then that's it. So really cute. Obviously, it takes as much or as little time as you want. Depends on what you want to do. You know, sometimes people will just stamp the house and then build around that and have a flat piece. You know, stamp it on white paper or however. But that's up to you. And then as many little guys or not, or however you want to do it. And that's with all the Cubbies. You know, the one with the mailboxes, which is like a huge hit. Everyone loves that one. I think it's so cute. Now let me think. Yeah, I feel like this guy needs to go this way. He's gonna fly right off of the card. That one has tons of extras, like the envelopes and the scrolls and like just all these cute things. And you know, you use as much or as little as you like. So I'm gonna leave that about there, and that would open up. And then I cut out one little extra guy just because I thought he would look cute right here, or somewhere, you know. So I'm gonna put him down. We'll give him a little bit of dimension. I wasn't sure how I wanted to do this one. He can be out there just hanging out. And just to ground him a little bit, I wanted to use some of that blue pen I had brought out earlier. So that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope that was fun to watch. I had fun doing that. Really, really cute. I was thinking about putting a little more under here too, just to add a little shadow, just to ground the card a little bit. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, I brought out one last thing. And you see this is a different color from yesterday. I had used a different set of markers, but look how cute. So what I'm gonna do is stick this inside. I'll do it real quickly. Like I said, I'll just put the tape on the one side. So if you haven't watched the Freeform Friday for this week, I showed how you can use that Arteza paper that's nice and slick, awesome. It's a little bit thin. You can still use it for your projects, but you can see, obviously it bleeds through. If I showed you the back of the paper I use right now to do the alcohol ink on the Gingerbread Man and all that, it would bleed through also. But it's just a different type of paper. But I like the slickness of it, and I thought, you know, with the thinness of it, like it would make nice inserts, because you can blend on it, you can do all your stuff, and then you have a little insert. So I made a little insert yesterday that I will use today. And I think that looks good. Let me just make sure where I want it. And I'm just going to close that. Boop, boop, boop. I'm trying to be very careful. And now whoever receives this when they open it, sugar and spice and everything nice. Oh my gosh. I'm loving this insert thing. I think I'm going to start doing it with all my cards because it's simple, it's easy. I always end up not putting sentiments on my things because for me, if I'm going to use the card later, I might have a different thing. It might say happy birthday. It might say, you know, thank you. It might just be, you know, thinking of you. So I don't normally put the sentiments on, but I think that's really cute. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. I'll have the links in the description box, and yeah, have a great day. Bye now.